Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Miyabi drip marketing has finally happened, so let's talk about everything we know so far about her kit. One interesting thing from her drip marketing is that the element shown in the drip marketing does not appear to be ice. However, according to this source, she still seems to be just an ice element character. However, her skill seems to have a stun capability. That's why perhaps she has this icon, because she has quote-unquote stun capabilities integrated within her kit. As for Anomaly, it is pretty much confirmed that she's another Anomaly character. We're surely getting a lot of Anomaly characters. This is, after all, the season of anomalies. But don't worry, as we move into 2.x series, there will definitely be more attack units and so on as well. But before I go over her kit, I would like to let you know that a lot of you guys who watch me are not subscribed. So if you enjoy my content, feel free to subscribe, smile, and now let's continue with the video. So, as I've been saying, there is some information about Miyabi kit out there. Take it as questionable, it's never a guarantee, but now it would make a lot of sense that some of this kit information we have out there would make a lot of sense for her as an Anomaly character, because Ice Anomaly itself is not necessarily that strong on its own compared to Burn, Shock, and Corruption, but if she has something that would alter how her Anomaly core mechanic works, then she would definitely work better for Disorder teams. So as you can see here on the screen, her core mechanic, when triggering freeze, she will add Ice Scorch, which is an ice type DOT damage. This would effectively make it work much better with disorders and characters such as Yanagi. So Miyabi and Yanagi might be something that will work together. Also, enemies that are being affected by this Ice Scorch will take significant additional crit damage or vulnerable when critical hit. And this is a very interesting thing. Perhaps Miyabi might have some form of crit conversion where you put your AP on her, Anomaly proficiency that is, and get some crit rate or crit damage out of it as well. Because if she don't have a conversion type of mechanic, then she would be very difficult to build and all over the place. As for her attack style, after a series of basic attacks, she will sheath her sword and then draw it to inflict large ice anomaly buildup. Like I said, we are going under the assumption that she still is ice. As for common pairings that were quote-unquote suggested by this person, take this with a massive grain of salt, because this stuff is usually very wrong, but nevertheless we can use this as a point of reference. Of course, we'll have a clearer picture whenever the beta starts, and I will go over their kits as well on my stream. Yes, I stream every single day on Twitch/YouTube. Feel free to check me out. As you can see here on the screen, these are her two common pairings. Take this again as a reminder with a massive grain of salt. First, Team Disorder. Teammates include Yanagi plus a support or quick swap stunner or Caesar. So this effectively what they're implying, it would be Yanagi plus Miyabi, where Yanagi would be triggering also nice disorders of this ice DOT that Miyabi has supposedly, and the third slot being a support or a quick swap stunner, which could basically be lighter or just straight up Caesar. Like Caesar, pretty good stuff. As for the second team, it would be a direct damage team. Teammates include Soldier 11, Ellen, or similar field DPS, plus a quick swap stunner or Caesar. This team would make much less sense for her as an Anomaly character, if you ask me, because she would definitely prefer to be paired up with another Anomaly teammate to trigger disorders. Let's go under the assumption that she's a typical, usual Anomaly type of character, and if that's the case, I don't see really her being played in a direct damage team. It's definitely a possibility, and my best advice regarding team compositions with Miyabi and Yanagi and so on is to simply wait for more information about her kit so you can make an informed decision whether you want to get Yanagi for Miyabi or not. Because as soon as we know what exactly she does, then you can make an informed decision whether you want to get Yanagi or not. That's why on my streams I was recommending people who are on the fence with Yanagi to simply wait for this information. New information just dropped while I was editing this video. As you can see here on the screen, Miyabi accumulates blade energy and unleashes blade slash based on the charge level. Under certain conditions, she enters the frost burn state, triggering a frost burn strike. She will also inflict ice flame on enemies, which is a damage over time. So it does seems to be the case that she is an ice dot anomaly after all. Of course, this information information is based on the early data and may be subject to change. However, this does go in line with the previous information. So effectively, Miyabi might end up being a quick swap of fielder type of character where she accumulates this blade energy, and when she has it, she comes on the field, does the thing, applies the dot, and then perhaps goes back to off field. This might be the case by the looks of it. Like I said, whenever 1.4 beta starts, we'll know exactly what's up with this, but nevertheless, it is very interesting. And so far, I had to edit this video like 3 extra times because new information just keeps popping while I'm editing this video. Yikes, and now let's continue. Also, there are rumors which came before the drip marketing about Miyabi being first half of 1.4 patch, and her being in first half of 1.4 patch would make a lot of sense because 1.4 patch is going to be a massive soft reboot of the game, and having a super popular character as the forefront of the patch makes a lot of sense because most sales happen at the start of a patch and not necessarily as much in the second phase. That's why I believe Miyabi will be first half, with Harumasa being second. Speaking of Harumasa and many things surrounding this character of supposedly also being free, I am potentially planning to make a separate video about it where I talk about my reasonings, speculations, and predictions of why I believe he might end up being free. And I came to that conclusion even before this rumor was being spread around. And I do find it an interesting topic to talk about. And I guess it is something I could do in a separate video. If it happens, you'll see it on my YouTube channel. So overall with Miyabi, basically the uncles, or whatever you want to call them, they're pretty much correct that Miyabi is going to be in 1.4 patch even before drip marketing happened. And also myself, I was very confident that that's going to be the case because, as I already said, it makes sense they would add one of the most popular characters in a patch that's effectively a soft reboot. We're also very close to the Game Awards, and announcing Miyabi and the overhaul of the game at the Game Awards where most eyes are on the game would make a lot of sense from a business perspective as well. And I also like to talk about my hopes of what Miyabi might end up being. Personally, I hope she ends up being a quick swap off-field type of character because these type of characters will age better than being a selfish on-field DPS. Typically in gacha games, even Hoyo games, on-field selfish DPS are the characters that will get power crept the fastest. And even if she ends up being a quick swap off-field type of character, I'm sure that with dupes, mindscapes that is, she'll probably have on-field capability as well. And also wouldn't be surprised that her Mindscape 1 and 2 might be super busted, super strong, and her V engine as well. So if she is your favorite character, you might consider saving some of these pulls because her weapon or Mindscape 1 might end up being stronger than what we have so far with other characters. And also do remember that in 1.4 patch they're changing how the ultimates work, so everybody will have their own ultimates, and also she might be designed for that type of play from the get-go. So overall with Miyabi, I hope she's gonna end up being a great character that works with Yanagi and Anomaly teams. And yeah, I guess this is it for this video. If you liked it, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Also do know that I cover Honkai Star Rail besides Zenless Zone Zero, so more of both content to come. And yeah, I wish you a wonderful day and see you in the next video.